Good morning. Welcome to the 2019 Veterans Day Assembly. I would like to begin by thanking all of you for attending today's program. I am honored to be able to speak on such a significant day for our country. Veterans Day is a day in which we show special recognition to the men and women of our armed forces. These men and women have shown courage, bravery, and strength far beyond the ordinary person. Today, we honor those who have served in our military and the sacrifices they have made for our freedoms. At this time, I would like to invite Josh Welsh and Matthew Garcia to welcome our veterans in attendance today.
Todd Rutledge, Air Force, Operation Support Hope.
John Klein, Army.
William Cunningham, Army.
Arthur Koza, U.S. Marines 1st Division.
Dave Beechler, Navy.
Donald Havenstein, Marine Corps 1st Marine Division.
Jason Whitehead, U.S. Navy.
Larry Wales, Marine Corps.
Rob Dunlap, Marine Corps. 2 years in Vietnam.
David Butler, Navy.
Mark McTrustry, British Army.
Daryl Pugh, Army.
John Turner, U.S. Air Force.
Mario Cariani, Navy.
Mike Sherry, Navy, Vietnam veteran.
Tub Parker, Navy, Vietnam service.
Alex Gregory, Navy.
Charles Hughes, Army.
William Pfizer, Army.
Charles Quillen, Navy.
Joe Watson, Army, Iraq War veteran.
Harry Foster, Navy.
George Guy, Army Spec 5, Bronze Star.
Dean Cope, Army.
Army.
Dawn Beamer, Air Force.
James Stanyard, Air Force.
Randy Dilworth, Air Force.
Les Money, Navy.
Ray Berkeley, Army.
Sam Justice, Air Force, Vietnam veteran.
Herb Murphy, Army.
Ed Kimmel, Army.
Alex Yarwar, Marines.
Each morning, we pledge our loyalty to the United States of America by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Also, at the beginning of each high school athletic event, we stand during the playing of the national anthem. At this time, if you are able, I ask that you please stand with me and join as I recite the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Years ago, the Treaty of Versailles was formed in order to facilitate an official end to the Great War. After 4 years of war, peace was achieved thanks to the bravery of many men, young and old, who sacrificed their lives for their countries. So today, let us thank our veterans who have achieved the peace we enjoy today. I will now read a poem about the wonders of peace, written by Rabindranath Tagore. Peace, my heart. Peace, my heart. Let the time for parting be sweet. Let it not be a debt, but completeness. Let love melt into memory and pain into songs. Let the flight through the sky end in the folding of the wings over the nest. Let the last touch of your hands be gentle like the flower of the night. Stand still, O beautiful end, for a moment, and and say your last words in silence. I bow to you and hold up my lamp to light you on your way. Thank you.
Our first speaker is someone who grew up here in East Palestine and graduated in 1991. Upon graduation, he enlisted and served in the United States Air Force from 1992 to 1998. He was stationed in Kenya in 1994 during Operation Support Hope and spent his time in the 3rd Aero Support Squadron. After 6 years, he resigned from the military to take a new role as a father. Please join me in welcoming my dad, Todd.
Good morning. As my son said, I am a U.S. Air Force veteran. 4 years ago, I stood up here and talked to the school at this same assembly when my daughter was a senior. Not a lot has changed, but yet a whole bunch has. I wasn't real sure what I was going to say today, being a guest speaker up here. I could go on and tell you all about the wonders of being a military individual, family, the camaraderie, the excitement. But instead, I come up here today to ask all of you, young people, or young adults, the gentlemen and ladies sitting up on this stage, this is our history. It is because of these individuals that you have what you have today. It is because of these fine young and some old men and women that we have up here that we have the freedoms and the liberties that we have. Since this seems to be a day in time where people love challenges, I challenge all of you to meet up with some of these individuals, hear their stories. Let them live on. Unfortunately, those that have fought World War II, Korea, even Vietnam, sadly, they're going away one by one. And sadly, with most of them, goes their stories. You want to see what it really means on Veterans Day? Talk to one of these individuals. Record their stories. And remember to thank them, not just today, but every day. Thank you.
This year, students in Mrs. Spanos' government class competed in an essay competition. Ms. Spanos will now introduce these students.
Good morning, everyone. Recently, the juniors in Honors Government were given a writing prompt. Why are American veterans so exceptional? American exceptionalism is a term that describes the notion that Americans are set apart from all other groups of people in the world. It was coined by the French political scientist Alexis de Tocqueville after he had spent extensive time visiting our new nation in the early 1800s. He was particularly struck by the fierce protection of our rights, such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and how Americans had the sense that they had inherited these freedoms as our birthright. Tocqueville is fascinated by the great American experiment and by a history that was unlike that of any other nation. Our unique history and our shared sense of liberty set us apart from all other countries in the world, thus making the United States quite exceptional. President Ronald Reagan once famously said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same, for one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States when men were free." It is our veterans that protect our freedoms for each generation, whether facing down the British at the Battle of Yorktown, charging up the beaches of Normandy towards Nazi gunfire, or tracking down terrorists in the mountains of Afghanistan. It is because of our brave veterans that we may live as we choose and without fear. It is because of these exceptional men and women sitting here today, and all those stretching all the way back to the Revolutionary War, that I, as a teacher, may have the privilege to tell you students about our natural and civil rights in history and government class. And, God willing, you will be able to teach the idea of American exceptionalism to your own children and grandchildren one day, all because of the veterans who have fought for us, protected us, and then handed those precious freedoms on to our generation. It is my honor to introduce to you the authors of two very heartfelt and exemplary essays on American exceptionalism, juniors Abigail Andre, and Colton Thompson. Please join me now in welcoming them.
First, I will be reading an essay by Colton Thompson. What does it mean to be a veteran? A veteran is someone who has served in the military, but they are much more than that. A veteran is someone who walked the trial by fire and persisted more than just scars. A veteran is someone who understands genuine fear. They have all experienced the physical and mental trauma of combat. Any one of them could tell you the same thing. War never changes. Yet, they still live on in these awful memories, proving that they are stronger and can overcome the torment of their experiences. Certainly someone you surely wouldn't want to mess with. It is important to honor them because they upheld America's principles while they witnessed the most unspeakable acts. They fought because of the love of their country and for their own loved ones. They fought for the people that supported them and the ones who didn't. They fought so America could prevail as the same nation under the Constitution. They fought for future generations, not just for their country, but for many others. They fought for their brothers in arms, helping and defending one another. We honor them for their courage as they faced life-threatening hostilities and for their determination to fight through any obstacle. After what seemed like a living nightmare, they were welcomed home by millions of people that depended on them. They fought for everything their grateful country stood for, witnessed the most unimaginable. After those many long months, they returned home, awarded for their efforts, and with pride and joy as they remembered the fallen. They are the brave individuals who could secure America as the land of the free. It was their duty to serve the country, and now it is our responsibility to aid and honor them for all of their sacrifices. This is what makes every American veteran so exceptional. Thank you. And now, an essay that I wrote. American exceptionalism is the idea that America is a more exceptional nation than the others. This means that our ideas, histories, and origins have made us unique and different from other nations in the world. Our exceptionalism as a nation is in part because of our veterans who have risked their lives for our country. It is important to honor these veterans because they have put their lives on the line for the good of our nation and all of the American people. Every veteran deserves to be honored and respected for all that they have done for our country, no matter how long ago they served or how long their services lasted. America's unique role in history comes from the willingness to fight for our country's freedom. American veterans have this remarkable willingness to fight for not only their personal freedom, but the freedom of the nation as a whole. Veterans deserve to be honored every day because of the sacrifices they have made, not just on the battlefields, but in having to leave behind their closest loved ones, knowing they may never see them again. Veterans fought for us so that we may live in peace and so that our country may continue its legacy. Veterans possess an important trait, selflessness, meaning putting our country and our freedoms above their individual well-being. They have volunteered to risk their lives for the good of the nation, and for this, they deserve the utmost respect, and we are eternally grateful for their sacrifices. America is an exceptional nation with exceptional people that continues to grow stronger. Today, our veterans may still be fighting, whether it be on the battlefield or with the aftermath from many years ago. Our veterans are strong, brave, selfless, extraordinary people that deserve recognition, gratitude, respect, and honor, not just on Veterans Day, but every day.
Our next speaker is a 2015 graduate of East Palestine High School. Upon graduation, he joined the United States Army and headed to Fort Leonard Wood for basic training. Soon after, he was stationed at Fort Bragg with the 82nd Airborne and served as a team leader, motor transport, fueler for attack helicopters, and was on the honor guard. Please join me in welcoming EPS alumni John Klein.
My cousin was in the Navy. He was stationed on one of the battleships that was in Pearl Harbor, and he perished on the day that the Japanese attacked World War II. I sat in the same seats as all of you back in 2015 and listened to the stories and the words of a lot of these veterans. I remember hearing them speak, and it gave me motivation to enlist in the United States Army. They shipped out a few months after graduation, and after weeks of training, I finally earned the title of soldier. The pride I felt of being a part of the world's finest fighting force was unmatched, and in that moment, I realized the true meaning of service to this country. Veterans Day is a day where we can reflect on all the brave men and women who took on this role, and in the face of danger, made sacrifices to keep us safe here at home. From the Patriots at Concord Bridge, to the beaches of Normandy, the rice paddies of Vietnam, and the deserts and mountains of the Middle East. The respect I have for those who have felt the sting of battle and continue fighting until they did what they do best. Win wars. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material computations. When great forces are on the move in the world, we learn our spirits, not animals. There's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which whether we like it or not, spells duty. These warriors answered our nation's call, and without question shipped out to distant lands away from the comforts of their family and the the safety of their homes and communities, so that we may enjoy the freedoms that we have today. Veterans Day means much more to me than just another holiday. It's a time when we can stop and think about how differently this country would be without our soldiers, Marines, airmen, sailors, and Coast Guard. I'm proud to be in a brotherhood that is stronger than any other, and it's because of those who came before me that I have had the privilege to serve. I want to take this moment to thank all of you for paving the way and inspiring young soldiers such as myself, so that we can preserve this nation that is so dear to us all. God bless you all. God bless the United States of America.
The U.S. Army was the first branch of the U.S. military, being formed on June 14, 1775, during the Revolutionary War. The Army's motto, "This will defend," traces back to the founding of the War Office, which acted as a liaison between the states and the Army during our nation's early days. The motto represents the Army's unified goal and determination to protect our country. At this time, if you have served in the U.S. Army, please rise if you are able, as we play the branch's official song, the Caisson Song.
The United States Navy was established on October 13, 1775, during the Revolutionary War. Although the Navy does not have any official slogan, it does have unofficial ones such as Semper Fortis, always strong, always courageous. At this time, if you have served in the United States Navy, please rise as we play the branch's official song, Anchors Away.
Although the U.S. military had used airplanes since 1909, the Air Force was not officially founded until September 18, 1947, when the Army Air Corps was formally recognized as an independent branch of the military separate from the U.S. Army. Since their founding, the Air Force has gone through a variety of mottos, notably including Uno ab alto, which translates to one from on high and aim high. Today's official motto is aim high, fly, fight, win, which is said in a call and response style. At this time, if you have served in the U.S. Air Force, please rise as we play the branch's official song, Wild Blue Yonder.
On August 4, 1790, the Coast Guard was founded when Congress authorized the construction of 10 vessels to enforce new federal trade and tariff laws. The song Semper Paratus, written in 1922, is also their official motto, meaning always ready. At this time, if you have served in the United States Coast Guard, please rise as we play the branch's official song, the Semper Paratus.
The Marine Corps was the third born of the military branches on November 10, 1775. Their Latin phrase, Semper Fidelis, which means always faithful or always loyal, is often shortened to Semper Fi. At this time, if you're able to or have served as a Marine, please rise as we play the branch's official song, Marines Hymn.
Every year, as the assembly draws to a close, we listen to the symbolic sound of taps being played. The playing of taps reminds us today is the day we remember the sacrifices that each man and woman had in their duties in the military. No matter how we remember our veterans, we can acknowledge the fact that they are true heroes of our country. Please rise for the closing of our ceremony and the playing of taps. The members of the class of 2020 and the entire student body would like to thank each and every one of our guests for the sacrifices they made to ensure our freedom. While we cannot repay you for your service, we hope you know how truly grateful we are for what you have provided for us. We ask that you please remain on stage for a brief photo session, and thank you.